Time management can affect things like, primarily like things like work. It can cause a lot of stress for you. It can even affect friendships and relationships. And a lot of people struggle with how to manage their time, how to prioritize their day, and things like that. But how exactly do you do it? Well, one thing I notice is that many people who have time management issues tend to try and plan too much stuff into one day. Okay, and if you go on and you search up many different techniques, a lot of them will say things like, prioritize your day, make a list, remember what you gotta do, don't procrastinate, work slowly. But the problem that I came across with pretty much all of these techniques is that they won't work if you don't have a good memory either. Because in order to not procrastinate, or in order to prioritize and make lists and keep an agenda, you also have to remember to do these things. Let's first work on how to increase your memory. Well, actually, there's many different foods you can eat, actually, that help increase memory, almonds and things like that. So I would suggest to help increase your memory, eat certain kinds of foods that increase your brain power and your memory. But also there's some direct techniques you can use. There's no shame in asking your friends or your partner or your family for help to begin with. Tell them whenever you have something come up, like a meeting or whatever. Tell them, I have that thing tomorrow at 6 p.m. And your friend can remind you if they're okay with, going out of their way to tell you, you have to be here, This will teach you to not procrastinate, because if something comes up, you get on your phone, text your friend or call, tell them. I'd recommend texting, by the way, because that way you can actually look back at your phone at that text and see what it was if in fact you forgot what you had to do. So even a text to a friend can become almost like an agenda. But that's how you start off. You gotta force yourself to really do things like that. Don't procrastinate. I don't like that one, because not procrastinating is not as simple as just simply not doing it. There's certain techniques you have to use to avoid doing it. Okay, memory is the first thing, because if you need to remember to do these techniques, otherwise it's meaningless. Start off with sending a text to maybe some friends that you have who can help remind you. If you can, buy notepads, agendas, even sticky notes, and put them on your wall. Okay? You take these off. What you can do is, a very good technique is to take one of these sticky notes, write what you have to do, right when you get a phone call or an email or whatever, write it down and plaster it on your wall. That way, the fear of, let's say you forgot your agenda in your closet or on your desk. Well, there you go, the sticky note's right on the wall. You can always do things like that. Okay? So increase your memory and now it'll help you to increase your time management skills. One of the biggest things I see people who have time management issues doing reoccurringly is they put too much into their day. Okay? Putting too much into your day causes the following things. It causes you to forget quite a few of them because there's too many. It causes you to stress because you want to do too many things, and the stress will make you forget what they even are. You have to prioritize is one of the biggest things. Prioritize. Make a list. Create a list. Put number 1 as the most important thing, number 2, 3, and so on. You have to put your needs before your wants. If you need to find a job, if you need to go to that meeting, but you want to go to the gym and see a friend, you have to put the meeting first and then the friend at the bottom. Prioritize. Make a list, okay, of the most important things to the least important. And also, the best thing to do when you make a list is to make a time thing. Don't just say, I'm going to go here and then 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 here. And in the back of your mind that all of those things will take you 10 hours, but you only have 5 hours to do it. You're not going to improve then. What you have to do is also create a time stamp. Be like, from 11 to 12 I'll go here. From 12 to 1 I'll do this. From 1 to 2 I'll have lunch. From 3 to 4 I'll go here. From 4 to 6 I'll go here. From 6 to 8 I'll go here. And at 8 I'll go home. You have to create a list and a time stamp for each thing. Also extend the time. If you think that a meeting will take you half an hour, put 45 minutes. Okay? If you think that handing out a resume will take you 20 minutes, put a half an hour timestamp. Always give yourself more time, because this will help relieve stress. Okay, so you're not rushing from place to place to place. Especially if you're just starting these techniques, you need to give yourself more time. Even if you know it'll take you half an hour to do something, put 40 minutes. You think it'll take an hour? Put an hour and 20 minutes in your gap of your timestamps in your agenda. This will help relieve stress. It'll help you space things out so you won't forget, and also relieve the stress of forgetting and whatever. It'll make you, in the end, have less things to do throughout your day, which will help relieve stress. Now you might say, well, I have a lot of things to do. If you prioritize properly, it won't matter how much you have to do, as long as you relieve the stress. And by the way, stress will actually slow you down. So in the end, when you think you're rushing and getting a lot done, in the end, you're actually getting less done if you really think about it. You're getting less done because the stress will slow you down. The stress will make you forget things, and the stress will make those things seem like much longer, and your day will be over before you even know it. Take these techniques and work on it. You have to start with memory first, and then from there, you create things like using agendas, sticky notes, prioritizing properly, and always putting things in a proper order, and using timestamps is very important too. That's my own thing. Use timestamps. From 11 to this, from 12 to this, from 1 to this, and give yourself extended time. Like I said, if something will take you 40 minutes, give yourself an hour. Okay, always do that so you have time in between each thing and more time to do each thing. If you suffer from time management issues and it's affecting your job or your relationships, take these techniques and good luck.